Hey guys, what's up? My name is Dan and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking all things Arsenal. First things first though, massive welcome to the club, Eberechi Eze, finally done, finally announced. And that's on the pitch just before the Leeds game at home, the first home game of the season. And yeah, brilliant. I'm hoping we do that more often because it looked awesome. The feeling here in Australia was amazing. Everyone that I know is absolutely buzzing about this signing. And yeah, I can only imagine what it was like in the stadium, and for everyone involved as well. This signing feels different. I'm not even going to talk about the game for a second. I'm just be talking about Eze. I think this signing feels different. Obviously, I had work yesterday. I couldn't watch the interview that he did with Righty straight away when it came out. I had to wait all day for it. I got home and watched it because I wasn't going to watch it without sound. So I wanted to watch it when I got home. I did. What an interview, man. I mean, you don't really know sometimes what goes on in players' lives. Obviously, everyone knew that Eze had been in Haaland before and he was with Arsenal, and I think his family are Arsenal fans, but knowing about it and actually hearing about it and feeling it is different, and you really felt it in that interview. I mean, Ian Wright as well, massive influence on him. Obviously, he was from Palace as well. We got him from Palace at the same age, 27 apparently as well. So the similarities between these two guys is unreal. So yeah, the hype is real with Eze. If you can have half a career that at Arsenal that Ian Wright did, then we're buzzing. We've signed a really amazing player. Just brilliant, an actual real fan signing for the club again. Obviously, becoming a senior team player for Arsenal is something that he's been striving for his literal entire life. So it's a dream come true for him, and it's really, really, really refreshing and emotional, really, to hear him talk about it and his journey. The fact that he still loves Palace as well. Massive, by the way, massive credit to Crystal Palace fans. Absolutely outstanding from all of them, online as well as obviously in real life. Unfortunately, I don't know too many Palace fans in real life, but apart from some extended family, but from South London. But yeah, they've handled themselves brilliantly. They've handled this move brilliantly. We saw with Declan Rice, when we signed Declan Rice, we paid a record for him. £100 million for him. We got so much crap for that from West Ham fans. West Ham fans were so salty. He got a load of crap as well. Just handled it so terribly and horrifically. So it's really refreshing when a collective fan base. Obviously, you get the odd weird eggs out there, but 99% of the Palace fan base have handled this with absolute class. Happy for him. He won them a trophy almost not single-handedly, but his goal led to a trophy. First time in God knows how long for them. So they recognise that. There's loads of videos out there of fans going, credit to him. He deserves to step up. Arsenal is a step up from Palace, but he did historic things for Palace, and they're appreciative of it. Declan Rice did historic things for West Ham as well. Didn't stop West Ham fans from, being absolutely abominations. So yeah, credit to the Palace fans. This is awesome, and obviously he loves Palace. He's got real deep love for Palace. But his first love is Arsenal. His main love is Arsenal, and he's finally living his dream. And us as fans, we all have kind of like this heroic schoolboy dream. We all imagine playing for Arsenal, what it would be like being on the pitch and playing with your heroes and stuff. He gets to do that now. And not only that, but the cherry on top of the icing on top of the cake is that fact that he's the new number 10 for Arsenal. Takes over that position, deservedly so. He's kind of a number 10 player, to be honest with you, although he does like to play a little bit out wide, but still in the middle area. So, he's our number 10, bro. And that number 10 is a big number to carry. And obviously, Thierry Henry's video in the interview was awesome as well. Yeah, it's just such a really nice feeling. It's one of those periods of time where it's like feels really wholesome to be an Arsenal fan right now. And these moments are few and far between, let's be real, and we've got to savour them for however long it lasts, and this one's lasted me all week. I mean, the last few days at least. The interview yesterday as well, when I watched it last night, was just absolutely amazing. And yeah, I'm buzzing. I mean, I tweet a group chat with my Arsenal Australia buddies, and so I can't remember being this hyped. Probably since Ozil, and one of my mates said it was, this is bigger than Arsenal. This is a boyhood Arsenal fan, Haylender, you know, almost Saka-esque, really. Coming through the youth system, obviously going out, proving himself, coming back, and he's a top class player. He's Premier League proven, and I agree with him to an extent. It is bigger than Ozil. Ozil obviously was a statement signing back in the day, and Ozil was literally one of the best players in the world at the time. Real Madrid player as well. But yeah, like it's a similar kind of feeling, to be honest with you. I'm so buzzing. We could see him play against Liverpool at Anfield. There's a doubt with Odegaard. Obviously, his injury doesn't seem so bad. We'll be talking about the injuries way later in the video, but Odegaard's um, Odegaard's injury doesn't seem so bad, but still, I don't know whether he's going to be playing against Liverpool. So this could be a great opportunity for Eze to come in. Obviously, he's had this weekend off doing the whole transfer thing, so I think he's buzzing. He's ready to go. He's obviously played for Palace already this season. He's not like he's been off on holiday and he hasn't come back and had pre-season yet. He's ready to go. So I think we should absolutely start him against Liverpool. And he's got a good record against them as well. I mean, he did well with Palace against them. So brilliant. Buzzing with Eze. I can't wait. I bought his new jersey. I can't wait for that to come. He's going to be hanging up behind me once it arrives. I've got number 10 for Efrain Alvarez as well from Chivas coming in. So I'm pretty good with number 10s right now, personally. Both my number 10s are absolutely exciting players right now, so awesome. But let's get straight into the game. Obviously, first home game of the season against Leeds. Leeds did really well against Everton their first game, so it's not guaranteed, this is just a newly promoted team, we should be winning this. We should be winning it, but we still had to go in there with quite a healthy dose of respect. I mean, Leeds are quite an unknown team, but obviously they're still a good team as well. But, mate, I mean, we came out flying the first 10 minutes. We should have just scored a goal in the first 10 minutes. Then we kind of settled in a little bit more. And then set piece FC strikes again. Brilliant corner from Rice. And then, Timber heads it in. Timber's brilliant at the moment. I think he had 2 goals and an assist. I think he got an assist as well, which is great. Timber's doing awesome. If he can stay fit, he's a top class player. He just needs to work on his fitness a little bit more. We need to manage him quite a lot because obviously he seems to be injury prone, similar to Calafiori. They both seem top quality players. Timber scoring goals, setting up goals left and right, which is great. Once it went 1-0 up, that was it. You just felt the pressure a little bit off. Gyökeres missed and that's, well, it looked like a sitter. I think he felt that there was somebody closer to him and he needed to take a first time shot. Missed it wide, and you're thinking, this is only one of those times where he doesn't score for a few games, and the pressure. But then he goes and runs on through and then scores his first goal, which is brilliant. It wasn't a tap in, it wasn't a penalty, it wasn't a gift. He had to work for it, he had to go through a few players and then shoot through a few more players. And the keeper took the keeper by surprise and slotted it home, which was absolutely amazing. But skipping ahead a bit too far, to be honest with you, obviously Saka got the second goal, which is brilliant. A typical Saka goal, although, having said that, doesn't shoot on his right foot so much. He always kind of cuts in and whips it in with his left. Just blasted it. I mean, the keeper just had no time. I think everyone and the keeper probably thought that he was going to cut it in and shoot with his left. Didn't, and it's surprised. And I think Saka, that was the plan for Saka, to surprise him a little bit. And he did. You see in the slow-mo replay, the keeper just doesn't get his arm up high enough, quick enough. Brilliant, blasted it into the goal. I thought it was going to break through the net. Absolutely brilliant. As soon as that went in, that was awesome. And then obviously Gyökeres get the third goal. Yeah, and once the third goal went in, that was pretty much it. I mean, Leeds, very, very quiet in this game. We dominated them pretty hard. Raya didn't have that too much to do, to be honest with you. Got a really good clean sheet. 2 clean sheets now in 2 games. Brilliant. World-class goalkeeping. He had to make a really good save, actually. Having said that, you didn't have much to do. You did have to make a really good save, a point-blank header early on in the game. I think it was before we scored, actually. So, very important save. It was straight at him, but it was really quick, really close. He still had to get there and do it, and he did it, and it was really brilliant save, and it kept us in the game. If we had gone 1-0 down, I think the game would have been a little bit more different. But, once that save went in, once we scored that first goal from a set piece, we were flying, to be honest with you. They didn't really offer anything really against us. So, and then obviously go and get another set piece goal. Timber gets his second goal. Brilliant. You're thinking, okay, 4-0, job done, wicked. Max Dowman time. I mean, I talked a little bit about this kid. I try not to talk too much about him because, I'm hyped on him. Everyone's hyped on this kid. But I'm trying to keep it a little bit mellow in the videos because I don't want to put too much pressure online for him. There's probably a load of people doing that anyway. Excitement, man. The fact that he made his under 18 debut at 13 years old tells you everything you need to know about this kid. You're thinking 4-0 at home, first home game of the season. There's a feel-good atmosphere going on with the Eze deal. We've pretty much won the game by this point. I think it came on like 65th minute or something. Correct me if I'm wrong. Why not bring this kid on, for his home debut, senior team debut? Bringing this kid on for his home debut. Brilliant. Why not? Why not bring this kid on? We need to rotate some players, rest some players. Obviously Odegaard got injured. We'll talk about the injuries in a minute, but Odegaard got injured, so there is a legit call for it's 4-0. We could take some of our good players off now, and rotate the team a little bit more, and that's what we did. Brought him on. He had a couple of shots. Obviously skied it. You tell he wanted to make a mark. And he did. He managed to win us a penalty, and it was a blatant penalty. Rival fans will say that he dived. I mean, really, you're attacking a 15-year-old kid for diving, really, when it wasn't even a dive. It was a legit foul in the box, and we hardly ever get penalties at home. I saw a stat. I can't remember what the stat was, but it was ridiculous. And I think it was our first home penalty given to us at the Emirates for like a year or year and a half or something like that. But let me know in the comments if that's wrong. But pretty sure it's been a long, long time since we've got a penalty at home given to us. Gyökeres obviously scores it. I mean, that Declan Rice looked like he was going to take it because I think that was planned. Make the goalkeeper think that Rice is going to take the penalty and at the last minute switch it to Gyökeres. Quite smart, I think. I mean, I don't know whether that made any difference. The keeper went the wrong way, so it did work out in the end. Some people saying we should have given it to Max Diamond. He won it. Why not let him take it? We're 4-0 up anyway. What if he misses it? He misses it. But there was no real pressure on him to score. Winning the penalty is enough. It's historic enough. The youngest player to win a penalty in the league ever. So that's pretty cool. So he's left a historical mark on the game, which is fair play to him. But I think Gyökeres is our goal scorer, but he's our striker. We've made it very plain that Gyökeres is our penalty taker, and he's smashed it home, took the keeper the wrong way. Like, fair play. That's pretty brilliant. And obviously now Gyökeres has got 2 goals now in 2 games, brilliantly. Brilliant for him. Obviously that pressure is off now. Already after game 1, after the Man United, Gyökeres didn't score. Oh no, he's going to go. He's not that great. Sesko's better. After game 1, that's what you Arsenal fans have to deal with after game 1. When he missed a sitter in the first half of this game, thinking, here we go, because, this is going to be relentless now. But he's got 2 goals. 1 goal, he had to work for, and it was all him, and it was a brilliant goal. And it wasn't a gift, it wasn't a sympathy, it wasn't a pity goal. He worked really well for it, and he got a really good goal out of it. The second one was a penalty, obviously, but he's our striker. Your striker has to be taking your penalties. That's the whole point of a striker. And Saka's been taking our penalties a lot. It's nice to have a bit of a break. Saka had gone off at this point, but still. 5-0 win. Eze signing for the club, Dalman getting his home debut. Brilliant. Just absolutely perfect. It would have been perfect, should I say, had it not been for injuries. Obviously, Odegaard first. Collarbone or shoulder injury. Doesn't look so serious. I think he's out for a week or 2. I think he does miss the Liverpool game. But he should definitely be back after the international break. The international break kind of is coming at a really good opportunity. I mean, I bash the international break, especially when it's pointless friendlies. But it's a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of extra time, really, that injured players can get back to fitness before the season starts again. And it helps Odegaard this time, so that's great. He should be back after the international break. Saka, obviously, we thought it was going to be a hamstring. It kind of is a hamstring, but he hasn't completely torn it, apparently. So he's out for 3, probably 4 weeks. Probably misses the Man City game as well, which is in a few weeks' time. So, um, yeah, he's going to be a big miss. But having said that, Noni Madueke, I haven't spoken about him at all this video so far. Really, really impressed with him. Out on the left, I thought he was good. When he took over from Saka when Saka went off, on the right hand side, I thought he was super serious and like no one's really panicking about Saka. This time last year when Saka, well not this time last year, but last year when Saka got injured and he was out for a while, um, we were panicking, thinking this is the season over. Now, not really. I mean, obviously it's been a couple of games. We have to keep our feet on the ground with this kid, but Madueke has done brilliantly so far. I think he's unlucky not to have an assist or a goal yet. Especially an assist. His first thought is to run to the byline and smash it into the box. And I think Gyökeres is going to benefit from that. Now that Gyökeres has got his goals, I think the pressure's off a bit now. I think he's going to be a bit more comfortable. Having said that, it's Liverpool against Anfield, and there's always pressure in that game. Um, but yeah, I'm really impressed with Madueke. I think Madueke is more than capable of taking over for 2 or 3 games from Saka. Obviously, we've got Eze coming in for Odegaard now, so that's cool. I mean, Eze, at the moment, you'd have to say is better than Odegaard, really, in better form anyway. His goal in the first game of the season should have counted. It's unlucky that it wasn't counted. It was a brilliant free kick, and I think he's started the season just as he finished the last one, and the last one for him ended in a decent trophy of FA Cup. So, yeah, we're not too bad at the moment. This is it. Everyone's like, well, why are you getting Eze for? Why are you getting Madueke for? This is why. We're 2 games in. Our captain and arguably our best player is already out injured. So this is why you have to go and get an Eze and a Madueke and Gyökeres and Kai Havertz is out as well. We haven't heard anything about him, which is not a good sign in my opinion. I think he could be out for a while. Jesus is coming back. When was the last time we saw Jesus play for us? I mean, it's been a long time. So injuries happen, and it will happen now. They're playing 70 odd games a year now, at least, and I don't even think that's including international. So injuries going to be a part of it now. You need to have big squads. You need to have two top players in each position now, really, and even then. Liverpool, both their right backs got injured at the same time. It's the same with everyone else. Injuries do happen, and we need to have a good and big squad to deal with it. So, yeah, brilliant at the moment. Obviously, we're not including all the kids as well. There's a whole other bunch of youngsters that are ready to, start playing with the first team here and there. Maybe in the Carabao Cup games and whatever, but. Yeah, at the moment we got good, and we looking to go against Spurs again for another centre back or another wing back slash centre back. Hincape, I think he's called, the Colombian or Ecuadorian, should I say? Can't wait for him, buzzing for him. 23 years old, brilliant. Obviously, Kivior looks like he's about to leave. Zinchenko could leave as well. I think he's going to go actually. So we do need cover. I mean. It's Gabriel, Saliba, and Mosquera as the out-and-out centre-backs. Obviously, we've got other players that can play centre-back, but you want out-and-out centre-back, especially left-footed ones, so left-sided ones, should I say. So, yeah, at the moment, we're not done either. Apparently, there's some people saying there's 6 moves, ins and outs, being lined up this last week of the transfer window. So, I think we're not done yet. I think we're going to get at least one more signing. Rodrigo on loan is still a possibility. I mean, that would be an absolute 10 out of 10 window for us, the best window ever. I mean, I think it's already been the best window ever, to be honest with you. Andrea Berto has changed this club. Edu, now that it's gone, it's a bit like a Nex, really, a bit like a toxic ex. You don't really realise just how toxic they were until they left. He's causing issues at Forest. That club is imploding, looks like. And, we're looking up. This is what a competent, director of football does. He goes out, gets the deals in, gets the deals he needs. Obviously, sometimes it takes time. Gyökeres had its issues. It can't all be really quick like Eze, but still, he's got to have done what he needed to do. Contract situations as well. We inherited a massive mess at Arsenal, to be fair, and he seems to be he's nailed it, to be honest with you, and he's still going. So who knows what we're going to do in the last week of this summer transfer window? But I'll do a reaction as and when we sign and let players go. I think Kivio's about to leave. Vieira's going to leave. I think Nelson's going to go out on loan again. Zinchenko could leave. A couple of others. Lokonga, I think he needs to leave as well, to be honest with you. But yeah, like I said, we've got Liverpool against Anfield. Liverpool at Anfield next week, which is a huge game. They beat Newcastle last night, only just though. Liverpool are so defensively fragile, it's crazy. They're at home, so they're going to be buzzing. It's against us. Everyone plays better when it's Arsenal. Similar to what Man United did. Man United played really well against us at home, but obviously they kind of fumbled against Fulham. So I think that's what's going to happen with Liverpool. Liverpool dodgy defensively. They score goals for fun, to be fair, but they're defensively dodgy. I would have loved to have Erdegaard and Saka play in this game. But having said that, maybe them two players not coming in, maybe Madueke coming in, maybe an Eze coming in as well. Suddenly, it's massively quite unknown what Arsenal's going to show up, what positions, what players in positions, what tactics. So it's actually kind of a benefit. It's a hidden benefit, in my opinion, positive, because there's going to be a level of unknownness to us that maybe not wouldn't have been the case, because obviously Erdogan and Saka would have started this game if they were fit enough. So, I mean, Saka in particular, they know now to double up on him. They don't really know what Madueke is going to be like. I think Madueke is going to tear their wingers apart, to be honest with you, their wing backs apart, their full backs apart. And yeah, like I said, I think Gyökeres is going to be up for it. Anfield, I think I've got a funny feeling that Gyökeres is going to thrive under these big pressure games. Anfield's going to be a shock to his system, I think. Having said that, there's some, Portuguese clubs that have got big atmospheres as well, but still, I'm quietly optimistic in this game. A point at Anfield is never disappointing, really. But having said that, they are defensively fragile. We're defensively solid. 2 clean sheets, 2 games. And our attack's on fire right now. So, I think Liverpool are there to be got at. And if we can beat them, that's a statement. Early statement, 3rd game of this season, 35 of the games left. But still, big statement. It was a big statement getting a win against Man United at Old Trafford. Everyone laughed at it. Everyone tried to banter us about it. But getting a 1-0 victory, I mean, obviously Man United are going to lose heavily at Old Trafford this season. But, we seem to struggle there. And we seem to struggle at Anfield as well, although our record there of late hasn't been too bad. But we do seem to struggle. It seems to be an occasion that intimidates the team a bit, but we'll have to wait and see. Let me know what you think about this Leeds game. I think it was pretty much perfect, apart from the injuries. Eze, let me know what you think about that signing. I'm absolutely so excited for this kid. Well, I say kid, he's a man, but you know what I mean. So excited for him to play. I'm so buzzing. It was one of those ones, and it's also the fact that I resigned myself. I think we all had that he was going to go to Spurs, and we were all disappointed with that. Like, we could have used him. He's a Highlander. He's blatantly an Arsenal fan. It would have been sacrilegious, heresy almost, for him to go to Spurs at this point. Given that interview, if you watch the interview, watch it. I recommend it. But it's on the Arsenal YouTube channel. Just go and watch it, because I sat there the whole time thinking, mate, imagine if this kid had gone to Spurs. You know what I mean? The fact that they thought they'd signed him, we thought they'd signed him, and suddenly it's bosh bosh, and within like a few hours, he's an Arsenal player, and it's just crazy. And Ian White, how he's not got a statue at the Emirates yet, everyone's talking about it. I think it's going to happen. I think maybe because he kind of quasi works for the club, or I don't know. But yeah, like I said, he deserves a statue, and I think it should be him and Rocastle. I mean, obviously, other people have said that as well. It's not just my idea. I'm not claiming it as my idea. I'm agreeing with everyone else that's saying it. Like, him and Rocastle deserve a statue outside the Emirates massively. From Ian White as well, obviously, if it hadn't been for Thierry Henry, arguably the best player that ever played in the Premier League, Ian Wright would still be our record goal scorer. He was our record goal scorer for years, and that counts for something. He's in our record books. But also the work he's done off the field. He's a blatant Arsenal fan. He's a vocal Arsenal fan. Um, he loves the club. I mean, I'm pretty sure most of the ex-Arsenal players love the club, and hold Arsenal in a different position than, say, Fabregas does with Chelsea, for example. I'm sure he would say that in his heart of hearts, he prefers Arsenal to Chelsea. Ian Wright's he's one of us, and also he supports the England women's team, the Arsenal women's team as well. He's a massive champion for women's football. There's multiple other reasons why he should be having a statue, so hopefully that happens. So hopefully that's being planned or thinking about or talked about inside the club. I would love for Arteta to be like, guys, this should be happening. It's time for another statue, and there's no one more deserving it than Ian Wright. Ian Wright should have had one already, in my opinion. I'm sure a lot of people will agree, but yeah. Anyway, guys, I don't know. This video is so long now. I'm so sorry, but if you stuck around this long, really appreciate it. I'm just buzzing right now. It's so nice to be positive about a football club. This football club as well. We've been through some really tough times over the last 10, 20 years, and it's nice to just kind of be in a good place at the moment. Keeping our foot on the ground though, we've got a massive test against Liverpool, and they're never to be taken lightly. They're going to be well up for it, and it's going to be a hard game, stressful game. But why not? Why can't we go there? I mean, they're defensively fragile. We can go at them, and if we keep our composure, we can be solid. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you think about everything I've seen talked about in this video. And like and subscribe if you haven't done already. I really do appreciate it. New subscribers all the time, which is awesome. Fantastic. Welcome, guys. If you're a new subscriber, just leave a comment down below, and we'll have a chat, and I'll shout you out because I reply to all my comments. So yeah, appreciate you guys, and all the people that always comment on my videos as well. You know who you are. You're the regulars. There's a couple of guys that always comment on my videos, which is amazing. We do appreciate it. It's awesome, and yeah, just keep this feel good going, this feeling going, because yeah, it's awesome at the moment. But yeah, anyway, guys, enjoy the rest of your week. I know I will, and enjoy the weekend, and I'll see you guys probably early next week. I'm on nights from Monday, so I'll be able to do a video on Monday. So pretty much almost day after the game, I'll do a video on the Liverpool game, and we'll talk about that then. So, and any more new signings as well, because I'm pretty sure the window will be closed by then. So we'll have a lot to talk about next week. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.